This is a big three mini reading for Heini. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for your interest in this reading. I have pulled up your big three information and put it in this little spread. I feel like it's a good visual to take a look at your energy. I like to talk about the big three before diving into deeper parts of the birth chart because I feel like it is a great foundational information. Of course, the whole chart is going to give us a really clear picture of the drives of motivation of behavior in our life and ultimately our destiny through our nodes. But we can learn a lot through just our big three energy. So let's get started. We have you here as a Libra rising, an Aries sun, and a Pisces moon. So the energy that I feel right away when looking at your chart is kind of pinging in many different areas. You are someone who has many different energies to express and receive in this lifetime. You came in wanting to make connections with people. A Libra rising person is looking to find balance and harmony through connections with others. When you have a Libra rising that then sets the whole chart to be on the opposite side of its natural entry point. So if you are a Libra rising, you are starting your first house in its sister sign, which is naturally ruled by Aries. So there's a little bit of a sense of feeling off balance at first in new situations sometimes, leaving it to you to either mediate the energy around you or build some type of sense of cooperation. You might find that you're drawn to situations where there's polarizing energy, especially for you since you have an Aries sun and the Libra rising. It's like you embody this energy of somebody who can see both sides of a situation very well. You fully understand what it's like to be in self with an Aries sun, the exalted sun, but you also, born with this Libra rising, fully understand what it's like to have the other perspective of the other person. So basically, you are this walking example of balance. Justice might be important to you. Finding a fair-minded approach to things might be very important to you and really putting yourself in other people's shoes. You might be able to do that really well. Not always a quality that other Aries sun people possess, but for you, you're very interested in the experience of the self and the experience of the other person. A Libra rising really wants to make a connection with another person. This is the sign of building a bridge of communication with the first air sign. In Gemini, we see that we're becoming aware of our own thoughts, but it's when we go to Libra that we really see reaching out to another, trying to see it from their angle. What are we missing in ourselves that they have? What do they bring to the table that they can show us and teach us so we can feel more well-rounded? This is your journey in this rising energy. And it's also one of showing other people that there's more to them to just the way they see it, offering another suggestion, another viewpoint, feeling that there's power in taking a moment before reaching a decision. So with your Aries sun, that exalted sun is going to take up a lot of power in your chart. And you might find that you're kind of pulled between these different energies. But when glancing at your chart, I want to say I saw this grand trine between involving your sun. I have to go back and check, but there was a energy in you that made me feel like the fire part is going to take a dominant role, which means to me that you are ultimately a doer. You're active, you're seeking out what you need to fulfill yourself in life. And you're following this intuition that comes deeply felt within yourself. And to do this more freely and passionately is where you really shine in your life. With the sixth house sun, you're going to do that through following a path of service, of developing some type of skill that ultimately is used to help other people or other situations, a cause that is close to you. You want to be someone who is skilled and useful to society at large and other people to help make this place better. You're going to feel fulfilled and aligned in yourself when you follow the path of the sun. So, in the sixth house, anytime you're doing something outside of yourself or someone else, it's really going to make you feel like you're shining in your own way, bringing a healing energy or a needed skill, something that only you can deliver to people, is really going to make you feel connected to yourself. In a fire sign of Aries, it might be in a leadership way. It might be in an inspiring way, being the initiator, this cardinal sign, along with the Libra rising cardinal sign. You have a lot of leadership potential and independent energy that you can do so courageously, boldly make decisions that are going to inspire other people and give you a sense of authority over situations where people are not ready to get started. And in the Libra rising Aries sun fashion, you might be able to do so and get people to back you up because they see that although you're making moves independently, you are considering other people around you. So you might have a great way with people to get them to do things that you need them to do or to have people believe in you. You don't need people to believe in you, but this energy suggests that you might really inspire other people. And then with your moon in Pisces in the fifth house, maybe that's where I was getting the fire energy from in your chart. I know you do have a grand trine in there, so that would be interesting for you to meditate on later because that's going to give you this easy flow of where the power in your chart is really working together. There might be an area of creativity or understanding of other energies. There's power in those trines. Since I don't have it pulled up right now, I can't elaborate, but since this is the big three reading anyway, we can focus on the fire that comes from your moon sign. Although it's a Pisces moon, it's in the fifth house. So now that Aries sun has the added enthusiasm and creative expression of a fifth house moon. So there is this sense of passion and creativity, this need to express yourself. You're going to feel really emotionally secure in yourself when you're creating something in this world that leaves your mark on it. The moon sign suggests where we can be changeable. So you might find that your interests change, or the way your style changes, or what you really feel like you love changes. You might have a really deep emotional connection to something, and then something else in on a whim, and you're not sure why, but now you fully are into this other thing. The Pisces mutable energy in the moon sign is going to make you feel like you really can connect to many different things. You basically have this unlimited power to connect and show love and express this loving energy uh, limitlessly. You can do this with many, with all. You're suggested here, maybe that you have an affinity for children or being childlike, understanding that when we really feel our emotions and we really let them be, we really experience this joy and this wonder of living in the moment. And everything becomes playful and enjoyable when we let ourselves go there. So to feel emotionally secure, you're somebody who's really going to need to be able to let that playful side out and see it in other people as well. You're also going to be a lot more likely to emotionally want to help others, being involved in what they're going through, listening to other people's concerns. This gives you a lot more emotional depth than some other Aries sun signs. You might be a lot more sensitive than you are you might have this bluntness to you as well, like Aries do, but you also have this compassion and the sensitivity. You might actually not have that foot and mouth Aries syndrome as much as some other Aries because there is this deeply sensitive side of you that really feels people's energy before you even say anything, before you've even talked to them. You've already read something about them. Are they sick? Are they suffering? Are they hurting? Well, then you don't want to be someone to cause more harm to them. You want to help lift these people up. So you might use your Aries exalted sun to really try to empower people, make them feel confident. You might be really good at giving people advice or encouragement. You might be really good at showing people the bright side of themselves that they can't see. There is the bleeding heart of the Pisces moon who really wants to heal people and doesn't want to see anyone feeling like the underdog. They really want to lift people up. And the Aries sun is really good at that. You can be anybody's hype team. So any type of calling that leads you to that, you could definitely devote yourself to, but you also have to watch that's not taken advantage of. I really like the Aries sun and the Pisces moon for the sake that there is the Aries sun kind of leading the show. So it kind of protects that sensitive Pisces moon from being taken advantage of. You can be your own protector, your own guardian of your special energy. You can shut it off before people take it too far. But sometimes being so emotional, you can lose sight of that. So just be careful. With your big three energy, I noticed that we don't have the earth energy. So that's always important too, where you have these abilities to follow your heart, get people to follow you, even have these great visions and dreams and callings. The earth element is the one of structure and self-discipline. So if you don't have that in your big three, you want to be mindful of that so that you are trying to be more organized and diligent and thorough in your plan so that you actually can see your dreams come to fruition. So this is asking you to take the extra time to be self-disciplined, follow through, cross the T's and dot the I's, and um, persevere. The tenacity of the fire signs and the tenacity of the fixed signs we're missing here in the big three. You can get the job started, you can get everybody on board, and you can really wow people. You really feel for them, you heal them, you serve them. Can you make it all the way to the finish line of what you really want to do, of your big end goal? That's where we need to look to other energies in your chart and see where you can really bring that all together so you can feel that fulfillment of completion. I'll stop here. That completes the mini reading. Thank you so much again for being part of this page.